Hi everybody and welcome to the final part of The Legend of Zelda The Windwaker HD. All that's left now is the final fight against Ganondorf, and yeah, he's a bit of a pain in the ass. The first form is not too bad. Basically, in the first phase it's just a case of getting away from him, locking onto him, staying a little bit away from him, and kind of luring him away from Zelda. Once he's away from Zelda, yeah, so basically you want him to kind of be in Zelda's path, but at the same time not looking at her, so she can fire the light arrows and cause her some which causes some damage, I think. But it's primarily just to, like I say, if you see that, he will dodge. It's primarily just to block. It's basically just to stagger him, so then you can come in and hit him. Otherwise, you're going to find it really difficult. It's just a case of dodging and waiting for the big attack to come in, and once the big attack comes in, then you can... Fuck. Missed. Flip over him. The A prompt will come up and it's just a case of clicking it, hit him in the head, and that will stagger him, and then you can wail on him. God damn it, Zelda! But I had during this recording I had so many issues with the A prompt. I just kept fucking missing. So in the end I was just like, okay. Yeah, and she hits him a certain number of times, he then gives up. Good thing he doesn't cut her down. And it knocks her unconscious at this point. So pretty much what you've got to do at this point is you've got to wait for the big hit to come in, press the A button to stagger him, and then you can hit him. But I had so many fucking issues. There we go. And I don't know why I didn't go in for another hit there. Yeah, so it's just a case of staying at a distance so he doesn't hit you, but close enough so that you can get in and use the A prompt, you know, the counter-attack prompt, the counter-attack prompt to get at him. I don't know why I had so many issues. I think maybe you have to wait a little bit longer, but I had so many issues. And I died. Well, it's the end of the game. Hyrule is now under Ganondorf's control. Fuck. Let's move on. Yeah, so... dead. Died again. Fuck. And that was in the previous phase, as you can see. But yeah, here we go. Now Zelda, once you've got a few hits off on him, you'll then start doing that. You'll start blocking all your attacks. And also, Zelda, out the way. It also doesn't really matter what angle she shoots at him at with the laser either, the light arrow. Because in this phase, you just have to pretty much keep attacking him, keep dodging him. Tonto, you have to distract him. Are you ready? I'll aim for you, and you'll use your shield. So basically now, you want to get the shield out, and that'll blast at him, and then it gives you an opportunity to hit him. But basically what you want to do here is, she is going to shoot at you. Make sure you get the shield prompt up. Damn it. Tetra, you're a bad shot. Ow! What happened there? Now she's going to shoot at you again. It's basically wait until she shoots at you. Line it up. And now there's a counter-attack prompt. And this is the final counter-attack. And boom. Ganondorf is finally down for the count. And this is probably the most brutal ending in Zelda history. You literally bury the sword up to the hilt in his head. The wind, it is blowing. It's so brutal. And then he turns to stone. It's just such a cool ending. To finally kill him once and for all. Yeah, I'm knackered. But I'm fine. I'll survive. Oh shit. Oh, it's the king. We're fine. My children, listen to me. I have lived regretting the past, and I have faced those regrets. If only I could do things over again. Not a day of my life has gone by without my thoughts turning to my kingdom of old. I have lived bound to Hyrule. In that sense, I was the same as Ganondorf. But you... I want you to live for the future. There may be nothing left for you. But despite that, you must look forward and walk a path of hope, trusting that it will sustain you when darkness comes. Love this musical piece as well. It's so nice. I love it. Farewell. This is the only world that your ancestors were able to leave you. Please, forgive us. And I love this little look from Tetra here. Wait, you could come with us. Yes, of course, we have a ship. We can find it. We will find it. The land that will be the next Hyrule. So, I just love that the facial animation, facial expression there is so good. Ah, but child, that land will not be Hyrule. It will be your land. Ah, fuck. We're dead. Crushed by water. Oh. Got a bubble. We're safe. We're fine. It's time for us to go. And leave for good. I just love that expression from Tetra there. It was just like... so hopeful and... you know... in thinking that the king would come with them, and... it's just... it's a pretty sad sad moment, actually, to say goodbye to the king. Say goodbye to our ship. I have scattered the seeds of the future. And that's the end of the King of Red Lions. Such a shame. Oh well. Can't be helped. And we're on the surface of the sea. Wow, we got up there fast. And Tetra's back to... Tetra's back to being actually Tetra again. Hey, Kamali. How's it going? And the pirate ship. We've been rescued. And I love the little musical thing that plays here, the pirates theme. It's pretty cool. Shit, our sister's a pirate now. That's not good. We'll have to have a serious talk when we get home. I love the smiling faces. And it's a nice way to end. The game with our victory secured. Means we get to go home. Safely on board a pirate ship. You never thought I'd ever say that. Our sister up high in the crow's nest. And it's kind of a nice thing to... kind of similar to Ocarina of Time, in that you see that the sages are back from their journey, and now they can go off and live normal lives. Oh, there's a bit of a graphical error there. But yeah, that's it. That is the end of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. And yeah, it is still my favorite Zelda game of all time. It's at least my favorite 3D Zelda. First one I ever beat, actually, and the HD remaster is such a good version of the game. There's a reason why I want this on Switch, and it's primarily just because it is the definitive Wind Waker experience at this point. And not enough people will have played it because of the fact that it was on the Wii U, which didn't sell all that well. So I'd love this to be ported to the Switch. Not that more ports, but it deserves it. It's such a good game, and I just really enjoyed playing through it. It's just a lot of fun. I think graphics-wise, it still holds up really well. Even the original version on the GameCube still really holds up because of the graphical style and this more. I don't know what's the right way. Sorry, what's the right way to describe it? It's more of an anime kind of art style, I guess. Cel shaded kind of look, and it still looks gorgeous even today. I think overall, there could and maybe should have been more dungeons, because I think, well, there's 4 bosses, so there's about 4 dungeons in total, which is pretty fucking small compared to other games. And I think it's obvious that there was at least one cut dungeon because of the fact that you were just given one of the pearls. You get 2 dungeons go through 2 dungeons to get the pearls, and the third one is just given to you by the I can't remember his name, but the great fish. So you have you have those 2 dungeons. You have the Tower of the Gods. Then you have the 2 other dungeons, so there's 5, and then you have Ganondorf's Tower, so it's 6. But it's still not a lot, and I think it would have been better if there was another dungeon in there to get through to get the 3rd pearl, and maybe it would have been better for the HD remaster if they'd added that dungeon back in. But hey, you can't win them all. But other than that, I think that the dungeons themselves are pretty fun. I think the first 2 are pretty easy. The Tower of the Gods is intermediate, and then the final 2 are quite long and got quite a few challenges to them. And they also throw in there's a couple of mini dungeons as well, which are pretty fun to go through. Boss fights are I think, for the most part. I really enjoyed, of the 4 main bosses, I would say that the one with all the pose that split off is my least favourite. I think that it's fucking tedious and it sucks. The rest of them are pretty good. Mulgera, the sand kind of worm thing, is fucking fun. Really fun to fight. And the other 2 are just alright. They do their job. I will say that the final 2 bosses, the Puppet Ganon and Ganondorf himself, both of those boss fights are really fucking fun, and they're really good boss fights. Relatively challenging. I think that overall this game is probably the easiest 3D Zelda in the series. Maybe even I'd even go as far as to say is the easiest Zelda game, period. It's really fucking comfortable. Like I said, the only times I died were against Ganondorf in the final boss fight. That is really it. I didn't die at any other point. And it's easy enough to get, there's the Grandma's Soup, which, recovers you to full health and doubles your attack power and doubles your attack power as long as you're at full health, which is pretty fucking broken. So yeah, it's pretty damn easy. Which can be seen as a negative. I don't see it personally as a negative. I think that it's fine. I think the story is... It's a Zelda game. It's nothing too interesting. It's just usual stick. Ganondorf is back. Yeah, kick his ass. Tetra being Zelda, I guess, was a decent plot twist, but it's kind of obvious when you look back. Oh, look at me, my little ship. Doesn't speak to me anymore, but it's still there. Yeah, and just overall, I think that the game overall is just still really fucking fun. It's my favourite Zelda. Bar none, I think. Twilight Princess is a really good one as well for me. And I'll probably do that one at some point. The HD remaster. But, yeah, I just think overall, this game is really good. The story's pretty rudimentary. It's kind of, it's just. But to be fair, you don't really play the Zelda game for story. It's always going to be, Ganondorf is coming back. Stop him. But overall, I just really like this ending. She's got a skull on her. She's taking bad influences there. This musical score is just so damn good, and I just think overall, this ending's just a nice ending. Kind of shows that Link and Tetra are going to go off on other adventures, which I like. Yeah, the soundtrack is just gorgeous as well. That's another thing I'll mention. It's a great game. I absolutely adore it. It's still my favourite Zelda, and I don't know if there's anything that can really top it, at least for me. So, I don't know. It's just a great game, and I absolutely love it. But anyway, that is the end of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. If you're going to play Wind Waker, play the HD version, and play it. It's a fucking awesome game, and I absolutely adore it. I also mentioned the design. I really like this Link design, because he's so expressive, and I just love that. It's something which is done to a lesser extent in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword as well. Although that was one of the disappointing things about Breath of the Wild, that we kind of had a, cardboard cutout of Link again, that he didn't have that much personality, but yeah, what can you do? Anyway, that's the end of my Legend of Zelda Wind Waker LP. Next Zelda game, which I will probably do, it's likely to be either Twilight Princess HD or Link to the Past. I have to beat that game first, but so yeah, we're likely not to have Zelda for quite a while. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next playthrough, wherever that happens to be. I'm currently recording Mega Man X, so that'll probably be the one after this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next playthrough, wherever that happens to be. See you next time.